Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Know Your Dollar to Item series. In our previous episode, we were covering items from artifacts, and we will continue to do so in this episode as well. We'll be covering overwhelming blink. Let's get to it, shall we? Overwhelming blink is an item purchasable at the base shop and arcane. However, it can only be completed with items from Secret Shop. And we will be looking at additional information, abilities, recommended heroes, trivia, gallery, recent changes. But first, card view. It costs 6,800 gold, which includes 1,750 gold of recipe costs. Sell value is 3,400 gold. Active abilities overwhelming blink, bonus abilities plus 25 strength. Share is not shareable, you cannot disassemble it, does not give any usage alert. This recipe requires blink dagger, a reaver, and then recipe of 1750. Wow, cool. And then it becomes overwhelming blink. Now let's talk about additional information. The items attributes grants the following additional bonuses: 550 health and 2.25 health regeneration, 25 main attack damage to strength heroes, 70.5 main attack damage to universal heroes. Its ability overwhelming blink. Target point ability magical type damage affects self or enemies. Teleports to a target point up to 1200 units away. After teleportation, all enemies in 800 AoE take damage equal to 100 plus 50% of your strength. Wow! And an additional of 100% overtime, and have 50% movement speed slow and 50 attack speed slow for 6 seconds. This is bonkers. Wow. Overwhelming blink cannot be used for 6 seconds after taking damage from an enemy, hero, or Roshan. Okay. Cast range global, maximum blink distance 1200, penalty blink distance 960, effect radius 800, impact damage is 100, strength as impact damage bonus is 50%, strength as damage over time is 100%, movement speed slow 50%, attack speed slow 50, slow duration is 6 seconds, damage mean duration is 3 seconds. Wow. Cooldown is 15 seconds. It costs 0 mana. Wow. Disjoints projectile upon cast, so there's that. Does not blink for the full distance when targeting closer than maximum distance. Of course. When point targeted beyond maximum blink distance, it blinks only 960 range penalty distance towards the targeted direction instead of maximum distance. Double tapping automatically cast on team's fountain and blinking towards its direction using penalty distance. A second sound only plays when blink distance is greater than 960. It is audible to everyone. When it's greater than 960, it is audible to everyone. Overwhelming blink first applies debuff and then damage. Deals damage once in 1 second intervals, starting after debuff is placed for 1 interval. Therefore, 7 damage instances, including initial impact damage, will be dealt in whole duration. Player-based damage, regardless of factions, and Roshan-based damage greater than 0 after reduction mutes item for 3 seconds. Okay. Does not get dispelled by self-damage source and damage flagged as HP removal. Yeah. The damage cooldown always triggers even if the item is dropped. if the item is in backpack or before being purchased. Yeah. Shares cooldown with other blink dagger based items, however it does not share cooldown with Fallen Sky. Oh. What is Fallen Sky? Okay, so Fallen Sky is tier 5 neutral item. Okay. We covered it already. 500 match, get you 25 minute damage, 550 health. Oh wow. Whoa. 2.25 health regeneration. I don't need mana. Whoa. Fallen Sky. Transparent meteor that strikes down a target after 1 second in a 315 AoE, stunning enemies for 1.6 seconds and dealing impact damage. Continues to deal damage every 1 second to enemy units and buildings for 6 seconds. Okay, so that's what it means. But it does not share cooldown with Fallen Sky, so cool. Now, it's recommended heroes list. Recommended heroes. The upgrade to the Blink Dagger turns it into a much more powerful initiating tool, of course, a disabler, and a quick burst damage dealer. Best based on strength heroes to take advantage of the AoE damage it deals upon teleporting in proportion to the strength. The slow dealt upon blinking cripples nearby enemies and slows their attack speed, allowing you to catch up on fast targets or simply slow lesser targets to a crawl and weaken their ability to retaliate with right clicks, allowing tanky heroes to take less damage in a unique way. Indeed. Since Blink is an AoE disable, you can save your other disables that you normally use after blinking, such as Hoof Stomp or Dragon Tail, for later until the slow wears off. Okay. In some cases, this item can be useful in the hands of heroes who aren't strength based. They can still benefit from the AoE damage it deals upon blinking, allowing them to deal damage in teamfights or solo kills just by teleporting. This movement speed and attack speed slow are still useful in crippling the enemy's escape, maneuverability, and retaliation via right clicks. Okay, yeah. So, given that, recommended heroes list also includes Alchemist, Centaur Warrior, Dragon Knight, Invoker, Leshrac, Omni Knight, Sven, and Tinka. Trivia: Overwhelming Blink's slow debuff does not have its own particle system and uses particles effects of Thunderclaps. Thunderclap slow debuff instead. Okay. Gallery, this is how it looks. Using Overwhelming Blink. Trail left after Overwhelming Blink. Recent changes in 7.34 versions, Overwhelming Blink reduced strength as damage bonus from 150% to 50%. Okay, 150% damage bonus. That was bonkers. Now deals 1 into current strength, so there's that. As damage over debuff duration, so there's that. Change Overwhelming Blink in 7.33 versions. Blink from applying 3 seconds damage downtime to 3 second item mutilation. Okay. In 7.30D versions, Overwhelming Blink reduced base damage from 200 to 100. Okay, in increased strength to almost damage bonus from 100 to 150, which is now reduced to 50%, which also deals of your current strength-based damage over debuff duration. So that's it, fellas. We covered Overwhelming Blink, and we are only left with one more item from Arcane and purchasable item to say list, which is Swift Blink, which we will cover in our next episode. Looks like it's going to be a very good read, and I hope to see you then as usual. Until then, be good to yourself and everybody around you, both in game and out game. Last but not least, good game, everybody. Good game.